As a leader, you give people feedback all the time. You're honest, you're direct, you're clear, but you always ask yourself, why isn't this resonating? Why isn't it sticking? Why am I not seeing the desired change from my team? So let's break down in this video why your feedback might be falling flat. What is it that needs to be adjusted so that your team can resonate and make the desired changes from your feedback? So welcome back to the channel, Cohesion HQ. I'm Dr. Philip-Neri. I have 30 years of elite coaching, and I love to share this stuff with you because this is what my doctoral research was all about, how to create a cohesive culture. So let's chat. You're the leader. You're giving people feedback, and it's just not sticking. Let me tell you, there's usually 3 reasons why it's not sticking. Number 1 is the cohesion, right? It's fractured. But what does that really mean? There's no foundation, right? There's no foundation for the feedback to be built upon. So when you have no foundation, how do you expect to have a cohesive environment? You're not. The foundation is already broken. It's all over the place. Think of a house, right? The foundation has to be solid so you can build upon the house. Well, it's no different within team culture, team cohesiveness. The foundation has to be solid. Therefore, you can build upon the cohesive aspect of it. Now, the next one is your feedback has to be clear as daylights. It can't be foggy. It can't be vague. Sometimes, you got to tell people stuff that may be a little personal, a little sensitive. And it's hard as a leader, right? It's hard as a leader. Not all leaders' greatest strength is to be able to give people feedback, especially about things that are more sensitive, more personal in nature. So, but you're the leader. So that's part of your task, part of your growth is to get comfortable. And the worst part of giving people feedback is you're vague. You're just all over the place because I would say maybe sometimes you're sugarcoating it and you're trying not to hurt their feelings and that's what happens. But the vagueness causes more confusion. Like you might as well just not even had the session, right? So you have to be clear about what the behavior is, what's the desired change, and what are the solutions? How are you going to help them? So that's what clarity requires, right? So have the foundation, be clear on your feedback. And the last one is trust. Does this person even trust you? Do they feel safe around you? Do they feel like you're looking out for them, or do they feel like you're targeting them, right? So without the trust, how well do you think the feedback is absorbed and then the behavior is changed? It doesn't happen, right? It doesn't happen because they have an attitude that you're out to get them. You haven't earned their trust. And I know it's a weird analogy, right? Like, well, I'm the boss, I'm the leader, I'm the coach, I'm the commander, whatever the case is. Yeah, but you've still got to earn the respect and the trust of the people that are serving you and that you're also serving. Correct? It's huge. So implement those 3 things. Have a foundation so you can build cohesion, have clarity so it's no longer vague feedback, and create trust, create respect, create sincerity. That will help in your feedback. So I'm going to give you an example and let's chat about a sports team. So we're in an athletic environment, picture that in your head, and you got a coach and he's just going nuts. And he's going nuts at a player or his team, and he's frustrated with how they're performing. And all of a sudden, that team clicks. It makes the change. It executes. So you as observer, you're like, wow, that was crazy. Volume, ranting, rampage must work. Not necessarily, right? Sometimes there's what I call a shock factor when you're giving people feedback. Like the shock does get the desired result, but you can't rely on that all the time. What you're missing is the reps of practice, right? The reps, the thousands of reps that these guys have repped out of play and over again, and they've gone through the mistakes and the growth and they've seen its success. They're repping it out now and they're having success. So now the coach knows that there's a standard. He knows there's a standard and the whole team is on the same page. So when the team is not performing at the standard and he raises his voice and he challenges them to step up, and it gives a desired result, it's not because he yelled at him. That's not the case. It's because he was able to trigger them to turn the light on to execute because everybody knows it can be done. Now, if the coach didn't have the reps, didn't have the trust, didn't have the respect of his players, if now he's just loud and he's ranting and he's screaming, Well, now it's no longer like, okay, we can do this, fellas or gals, we're going to get this done. Now it's more like a slap in the face, right? Now it's like the coach is degrading you, he's disrespecting you because there's no foundation again. There's just no foundation, there's no trust. So here's some things I want you guys to consider. Next time you go to give somebody on your team feedback, ask yourself first is, have you earned the right to give this person feedback beyond your title? I get it. Based on your title, it's your role. I get it. I get it. I get it. But let's throw that aside for 2 seconds. Have you earned the right to give this person feedback? Is there a level of trust and respect that this person looks up to you or welcomes your feedback because they know you're coming with clear intention? They know you're coming to help. They know that they view the feedback as you looking out for them. You want better for them. You want them to thrive and succeed, right? Ask yourself that question. So yes, it might be in the job description, but again, that's where the fragmentation occurs. That's where it's fractured, correct? We as leaders, we have to do more to be able to empower. We have to do more. So if you have an environment where there is culture and there's empowerment and there's safety and there's trust, I guarantee you now your feedback is welcomed. It's respected. Might not always be agreed upon, but that's where discussion and dialogue occurs, correct? But it's welcome and respected. And that's the trick. That's the trick. So instead of spinning your wheels and you want the desired result and now that you weren't getting it, go back through and ask yourself those questions again. Ask yourself those questions that I just covered. And I think you'll get the change in the behavior that you're looking for because your feedback will be viewed as helpful, as growth opportunities, as a place to support people. Dr. Philip-Neri, if you like this content, subscribe. New video every Tuesday.